have a green. What does the green mean? Does that mean that we're connected?
I think green means go.
I think we're connected. We're live. Yay! I'm not technologically gifted. I'm very sorry. I'm not. I'm gifted in other ways, I promise, but tech is not my thing. Hello everyone, I am Shannon Livingston, and welcome to another episode of Livingston Live, the show about people and food and a little bit of real estate. And today I am at the Cave, which I'm so excited. This is my first time. And I am with my friend Trisha Borges. And Trisha, you just joined MVP Realty?
I did.
So,
last couple months.
Welcome to the industry.
Thanks.
Right? You were telling me a little bit about your story. You actually had to wait to do your test and all of that through COVID, but you stuck with it.
I did.
You were patient and consistent, and here you are. So, I actually know you from years ago. I know all real estate agents have had at least 2 or 3 other careers. And you and I know each other, I think, from a business networking group here in Naples. And I've just seen what a hard worker you are and how great you are at marketing. And so I'm really looking forward to watching your real estate career blossom.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Really, I'm not just saying that because we're streaming,
no,
and these are a lot of your friends that are watching. No, I really do. I just know that you're going to be great at real estate, and you were telling me that you really want to focus on lifestyle real estate because it's what you know and what you appreciate.
Absolutely.
And then what were the communities you live off of Immokalee? Not to give you too much information.
That's where I live.
But so you were talking about how many great communities are just on that one strip with all lifestyle options.
Absolutely. Well, I think that everybody kind of has like a little niche that you can focus on. There's people who specialize in, waterfront properties or golf course communities. Some want like out in the estates. I don't know the estates.
Right.
I get lost out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. You take me 2 blocks past Collier and it's a whole new world. So I don't want that. Not that I'm not here for anybody to sell a house, but I believe in you have to know your product. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to focus on resort style living because there are so many communities. I think up and down Immokalee Road, especially the North Naples area, is very in demand.
Yes.
The houses are just selling like hotcakes, holy smokes. But we have, from Stone Creek to Riverstone, Esplanade, even the Quarry, they're all building these, beautiful pool areas, and you've got your cheeky huts, and people can be on the water. In the Quarry, you can have your own boat in your backyard.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that.
But yet it's a community. You wouldn't know it. And you have your golf courses. You can have so much all in one. So people really feel like it's not just a home, but they feel like they're on vacation.
Right.
And that's what Naples is about.
Yeah.
So I'm an avid tennis player. Anybody who knows me knows that. I play 5 days a week at least. And so all these communities, I play tennis through them. I know a lot of the different people and connections, so I was like, that's what I need to focus on. Because that's what I know and what I love. And I think if you have a passion for something, you're going to do better at it.
And you really know this town very well. You raised your kids here. You've had businesses here. What do you think other people move here for? Like other than the weather? It's paradise here, right? But do you feel like we have a good, being a business owner, do you feel like we have like a business-friendly environment in Collier County and in Naples? Do you find people moving their businesses down here too?
I think so. You find a lot of family-owned businesses, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of like the big chains so much and the investors that come through and try to buy a business.
Right.
I find people trying to do their own thing.
Right.
And I like that and I appreciate that. And we all want to support local businesses. That is important.
Which is a great segue to the business that we are in right now. So we are at the Cave, and it is actually attached. Oh, here we go. We have some marketing materials.
I just flew in.
So much. Hot off the presses. So the Cave has wonderful food that we're about to sample. Wine flights. So if you want to come and get educated on wine, what kind is this?
I'm not gonna spill it, right? But I got a wine flight,
and it's so pretty.
So pretty, right?
Did you get Cabernet?
They're all the dark wines. I know it ends with Camus, and that's what I'm excited to get to. It's one of my favorites. So I don't know each one down the line, but I'm gonna work my way there.
And I got a Shirley Temple. because I love wine, and I wish that I could have that wine flight right now, but my body does not love the wine anymore. So I will just live through you.
Live vicariously through
Yeah,
you.
that's right.
My body likes it.
I'll just smell your breath later, and it'll be fine. But they also have food here, and it's a great locally owned business. And it's easy to find. Is it the Galleria?
Galleria at Vanderbilt.
At Vanderbilt. I know Vanderbilt and the airport. So, come on by and check it out. If you're not comfortable, again, being out, that's cool. There's some outdoor seating, I believe. They have food to go. Wine is really their thing, and so you can buy your wine from them and still support their business. You don't have to get a flatbread. So, in business, we always work with people that we like, and we have worked together before, and so I hope that you like me.
We're both very philanthropic, and I think we've been involved in so many charity events and different things we've done together, and been there in support as well.
And we really do have great people. It's not just us. It's not just Trisha and me.
They're
Here changing the
fabulous.
world, right? But no, we really do have that. And that's another thing about this community. We have such a philanthropic mindset of the businesses, of the individuals. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and we just don't have the kind of, certainly the wealth that maybe normalizes it a little bit, but the opportunities to go to some of these events and to hear the stories and, to really be able to help them as, hopefully, a promoter, write a check, have your business help them. So that is always something that I have appreciated about you as well. And I have to say, you're a worker bee. Some people just show up for the photo op, but you're actually there to do the work. So I like that as well. Thank you so much. So now is the best part. I think this is the part that people dread.
What are we doing?
I know. Are you scared now?
You didn't warn me.
It's useless information. And this is the part where a lot of people said, oh, I've been so nervous about this, because you have to think on your feet. But there's no wrong answer. It's all personality-based questions. So I have 52 cards, and they all have personality questions written on them. So Trisha, you're going to draw 3 cards without looking. Just feel the energy that's meant to be yours. And then I'll ask you these questions.
You take 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Surprise me.
Here we go. Oh, it's a decent hand, too. If we
All right.
2 kings
Ooh,
and a
I'm
jack.
playing poker.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. What kind of a neighborhood did you grow up in?
It wasn't a neighborhood.
Oh. This is going to be a really interesting answer.
No, it wasn't. This is funny because I'm from Oregon, so granola, Granolaville over there. But I grew up in the woods, not like in the woods, but like a house down in the woods, like a long gravel driveway.
Didn't raise you. You had
No, not like Tarzan here,
Right,
but no.
right.
There's a long gravel driveway down the woods. My parents built the house, and I started first grade in that house, and I lived there until I moved out. My whole life.
I didn't know that about you.
So my sister and I would go out in the woods and we'd build tree forts and we'd dig holes underground and build forts. We made one into a little house, and we actually started a little fireplace and almost burnt the entire woods down. Like all kinds of great stories you can imagine.
I love
but
that.
so I didn't have a neighborhood whatsoever. I was like miles away from anybody.
So you're really outdoorsy.
Oh yeah, I love the outdoors.
Do you think that your daughter Brittany got that from you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she used to go visit Grandma and Grandpa and play in the woods.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
For those of you that don't know,
I'm gonna throw this out there.
do you not want
No,
me to?
it's good. I love her, of course.
Her
I'm
daughter
proud.
Brittany is the python catcher in Guardians of the
Guardians of the Glades on
Guardians of
Discovery
the
Channel.
Glades. It's on Discovery, and you can stream it. And so I didn't know that, and I started watching this show, and I got so interested in it, and I was like, that girl looks so familiar. And
She looks like somebody.
well, and we had dinner at Sushi Thai years ago after some event on Fifth Avenue all together, and I think you brought Brittany. And so, just always spent time with the kids whenever you could. So finally, somebody told me, hey, that's Trisha's daughter. And I was like, oh, okay. Because we all know each other in 20 different ways here in town.
So, funny little fact. Somebody in town, a producer, told me about this. And they're like, Trish, you should try out for this show. It's right up your alley, because everyone thinks that I'm like all prim and proper. Like, I love the outdoors. I like to go mudding and fishing, and nobody knows that about me, but I do.
They know it now.
Hi. And so Brittany was with me, and she goes, oh, can anybody audition for that? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
And so I submit my comp card, and I'm like all formal about it. And she goes, well, I don't have that. So she like takes pictures of herself, and it's all natural. And they called her back. And I'm like, what the heck?
I love her confidence. She's like, oh, is this supposed to be your gig?
I know.
Just get right in
They
there.
called her back, and she's like, oh yeah, I got the gig, Mom. And I'm like, oh, okay, great.
But she's so good at it.
She's awesome. And
Like,
like,
she's
well,
such
because
a
you're
natural.
like 20 years younger and way cuter. Okay, I get it.
Well,
it was perfect. It was
she's
perfect.
also catching those pythons.
I know.
I mean, would you do that?
Oh, heck yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm proud of her. I love it. I'm so happy.
She's
that
killing
it. It was her thing.
Good
It
job,
was her
Mom, on
time to
that
shine, and she needed it, and I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of her.
I'm proud of her for you. I really am. I feel like I had something to do with it because I might have had a meal with her 8 years ago.
No, I love my baby girl.
What is the last time you swam in the ocean?
Ooh, I was just on Key Wading on Sunday, but I didn't really go in it. It was cold.
You were floating on the boat?
Cold.
Was it?
But otherwise, whenever I go to the beach, I go in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just red tide right now also. Like,
Yeah.
I'm coughing the whole time, but
I think it's so funny. People that don't live here think that we're always all at the beach, and obviously I'm
No.
never at the beach. And we all work, and so being at the beach is something that you really have to plan to do.
You do.
Right? Like outside of work.
you
or
take it for
whatever.
granted sometimes, and that's
Yeah.
sad. But
And some people don't go in the water either. So I think
Oh, I
it's
do.
cool that you go in.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. If you could be great at one sport, which one would it be?
Well, that's not really fair because I already kind of said what I do.
And you are great at it.
I love tennis.
Yeah.
It is my passion, and it's. I started actually like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Just because my kids were grown and I had time, and I was like, what do I do? And I was living in Old Cyprus at the time, and I went out and I was just kind of hitting a ball around, and the coach came up to me and he's like, you should join the team. And I'm like, I don't know how to play, I'm just having fun. And he's like, no, you should. So I started like at the 3-0 level, and within a couple months it was like 3-5, and then I was like, well, no, I want to be a 4-0. I want to be, it's like you get these goals. I'm like, I want to be better, I want to be better. And just work your way up, and it's fun. I love it, I'm addicted. I play like 5 times a week at least.
Now, are you like that with everything? Do you set goals for yourself?
I'm a very addictive personality. I will say that.
Like a perfectionist addiction where you really have to master it?
Yeah. And if there's something I know I shouldn't do, I won't even start it.
Yeah.
I've never done drugs. I don't smoke. I'm not like, you know what I mean? I don't gamble.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those. Because I don't want, of course they're not good for me, but in general,
Right.
anything that to me is not something I want in my life, I won't even try it.
It might get exaggerated and out of
I'm
control.
one of those, and so I want to be in control and know what I'm doing. And if I find something I like, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it until I get it right.
Yeah. Well, that is true. You, I really, going back to this lifestyle thing, because it's floating around in my head.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Kansas City, and in Kansas City, Missouri, you don't have lifestyle communities. So what exactly does lifestyle mean when you say that you're going to focus on lifestyle communities? I mean, we know like the pool and the cheeky hut that you mentioned, but are there other things that some of these communities have that maybe we wouldn't think about, like services or?
Well, it's resort style living. Like even my website, it's SWFLResortStyleLiving.com. So when you feel like you're at a resort, basically, if you go someplace on vacation, you stay at a resort, you want it all-inclusive. You don't want to have to go out to go find things to entertain yourself. You want it right there. So even when things kind of shut down, I mean, our tennis court shut down for only a couple weeks, and the pool for a couple weeks, but they were pretty good about opening it back up for the community. They changed it so you have to have passes, and I get it, because COVID was like, it's a serious thing.
Right.
But,
And some of the clubs, the private clubs, people that I've talked to have said they were some of the places that they really felt most comfortable being. They knew their neighbors, whether that makes sense or not with science doesn't matter.
I know.
But, they felt comfortable.
But it lowered the chances.
And
Like,
it was still an option because when other places were closed, some of the clubs were able to be open and available to them.
absolutely. And there were, like, I used to go to other places and play a lot, and I quit doing that. I stayed in my community, and I still do. I don't really go anywhere else still.
Yeah.
And I feel like just within our team, I'd rather have like 15 or 20 people that I deal with versus, 40, 50.
Right.
It lowers your chances. But either way, but the resort style living is really about just the convenience of having everything. There's, you know, you have your gyms there, pickleball, tennis, basketball courts. You know,
Pickleball is big here.
oh my goodness.
Is pickleball big in other parts of the country, or is it
I
just
don't
here?
know. I don't do it.
It like reigns supreme here. Everybody loves the pickleball.
No, I don't do it because I don't have time. And like I said, I'm addicted.
Right.
And
So
I
you
was
put
like
20 hours a week
no,
into it.
if
You're like, I have
did,
to sell real estate.
I'd be like, okay, you know, tennis for 2 hours, pickleball for 2 hours, gym for 2 hours, and then work what?
Yeah.
And I got a dog to walk, I got things to do, you know. So I can't take on another sport. So I'm like, that's why. I've never even touched a pickleball.
What
That's
kind
you
of
call
dog do you have?
I have a pit bull.
And boy or girl?
It's a boy.
And what's his name?
Studley. He's my stud.
Studley.
He's a beast. He's big.
Yeah. I
my stud nine.
I love pit bulls. They are some of the sweetest and just most devoted to their family dogs.
Most misunderstood.
Oh yeah, because they're strong, and so if you
he's a
have
beast.
a bad owner, then that strength can be used in a bad way. But I totally believe there are no bad dogs.
There's bad owners.
Bad owners, most
I think it's just
certainly.
like a kid. You know what? Depending on how you raise your child, it's how they're going to turn out. And
Some kids bite.
they got lockjaw.
Not my kid, but you know, some
No, but
kids
he
bite.
just thinks he's a 110-pound lap dog.
Yeah.
And he
Does he
just
still
wants to
sit
come
on
sit
your lap?
on me. And I'm like, dear Lord.
How old is he?
He's 12 now. So he's already had like a knee ACL done. And I mean, he's getting
He's like the bionic dog.
yeah. His tail alone knocks you out. It's like, but he's good.
So we are going to order some food here and finish my Shirley Temple and the wine flights. But before we do, I would like to get useful information from you. Do you have a homeowner's tip, a home buyer's tip, any type of a life tip that you would like to share?
You threw this at me without letting me think ahead of time. I appreciate that.
I know.
I love you, Shannon.
Thanks
for putting me on the spot.
You can handle
No, you know
it.
what? Something I want to say that a lot of people might not understand is MVP, the company alone, why I chose that, because there are so many real estate companies. I mean, when I got my real estate license, I got this letter in the mail. It said, congratulations, you're one of, what did it say, like 1 million or 500,000 people that have their license. I was like, gosh, I thought it was like special. Everybody has their
Millions
license.
of realtors
I
on the
really
planet.
thought, I was like, gosh, everybody has their license. It's got to be easy, and it is so flippin' hard.
Yeah.
It's the hardest test. Like,
Yeah, you have to study.
you
can't
have
fake
to know
it.
what you know. I
Right.
was like, okay, these people aren't so stupid.
Right.
It's a lot of work. But anyways, why I chose MVP is I love the way they do it so that any listing is open to the entire company. So like say you were to list your home with me, any of the 900 agents that are part of MVP can show the houses and do open houses. They can advertise for that home. They can put it out there on social media and whatnot. However they choose to advertise for it, it belongs to the company.
Oh,
Which I think is
didn't
really
know that.
special.
Yeah. And I just saw that you guys added your 900.
900 just hit that. So
Congratulations, MVP.
I know, that was a big deal.
It was, especially in a weird time. You know, I
Absolutely.
read that Derek Carlson hit that, or
It's a milestone.
he set that goal, and he didn't think he was going to make it because of COVID.
Yeah.
And then the team pulled together, and 900th agent just added yesterday or the day before.
Yes. And it's a just strong and growing company. I mean, it's been, I think, maybe 6 or 7 years, I forget offhand, but number 2 now in the area. I mean, just growing like crazy because of the way that it's done. So you actually, if you put your house with MVP, you're going to have 900 agents working on that. I mean, houses are literally, like we'll throw it out there in our private Facebook group of MVP, and we'll be like, hey, a listing's coming up, and people are already like, I have someone. And before it even hits the market, there's a contract on it.
Oh my God.
I mean, because
internally
everyone,
within that
so
office.
if you want something sold, boom, it's gonna go. And I love that.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
strong,
a really interesting
it's a strong
business
force.
model.
Yeah.
So that's what attracted you to MVP over the other companies, is that structure. You feel like that.
I love the structure behind it. There's so much training. I mean, because when you first learn, I've built houses. I've been in construction my entire life, from my father to my own business. I've always been through construction, so I have connections in every field out there, which is nice, you know. So I'm not just some person that goes out to show you a house. Like I can actually be like, hey, this AC unit needs something, or this needs. I have like a little bit of knowledge. I think.
Right.
I like to think I do. As far as the whole construction part of it goes, and MVP I think is just solid as far as that goes. They really have like a hard core group of contractors that they work
Like
with,
vendor referrals
and
that you
vendors,
do?
and yeah, and it's just I love
That's
everything
so
about it.
helpful.
the
Like,
whole
you know,
funnel.
if you're listing your home and you have the inspection or whatever, and you have to get things done, there is so much stress already happening.
absolutely.
So to have an agent like you that, like you said, you have experience with all of that construction. You know how it works together. You know the reputable companies. You know who to contact. They know you, so they're gonna, you know, step up and do a great job. And so that is really another really huge asset, I would say, to working with you. So good tips.
And I just to add, I mean, I think a lot of people, I'm not sure what someone looks for when they're hiring a realtor. I think it's usually you want someone that you know, that you're comfortable with, and that you trust. And hopefully, I mean, I've been here in Naples for like 24 years now, so I know the area.
Yeah.
I've been through the business. I know people in, like I said, in every
And very involved in
phase of it,
community.
and very involved.
Very
So-
involved in the business community, philanthropy, and you don't last in this town for that long if you're not an ethical person.
No.
If you mistreat people or don't do business right or don't deliver on what you promised, you would not be around.
Right, yeah. And I'm hoping that people will just trust in me and understand me as a person, that I'm going to put everything into it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the best deal I can for somebody. I'm going to work hard for it, and I'm not going to stop. I don't have a bedtime. You know what I mean? It's like,
even
with real
though-
estate, you can't.
Oh no, absolutely.
I've had
Never
a
stops.
24-hour business for 20 years.
Right.
I'm used to that. My phone would go off at 2 in the morning, and I'm still ready for that.
Right,
It's
because
okay.
even though you are, let's say, newer to real estate, you are not new to business, you're not new to customer service,
No.
you're not new to getting the job done, rising to the challenge. And so, again, I really look forward to watching your real estate career.
Thank you.
And
Me too.
I hope that you will put an Old Republic home protection, home warranty on each and every deal. But we will talk about that after you've had that flight of wine and
Make me sign on the dotted
and
line.
possibly another. You'll sign over all your deals, all of them. No, so how do people contact you? Website, phone number, both?
Everything. I'm on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, obviously. Website is SWFL for Southwest Florida, ResortStyleLiving.com.
I can't believe you got that.
I know, I was
mean,
kind of
really,
excited.
Yeah, that's a great site.
I was like going through GoDaddy. I'm like, come on, can I have this? Can I have
Yeah.
this?
So SWFLResortStyleLiving.com.
Yes.
Okay.
And then my phone number, which I never used to put out there, but now it's
Isn't
there.
it so weird?
It's kind of scary.
The passcode, and
I'm
I was thinking
God,
about
I
it
have to
today.
put my number out there for everybody.
Now that I'm saying it on the radio and on social media, and I've got 20,000 people at a time, right? Like, nobody's calling me. All the fears of like your parents going, don't give your number to just anyone.
I know.
And you're like, oh, it feels so weird giving my number out. No one's gonna call you.
I used to have it like blocked on everything, so no one could see my number. Like, don't call me, don't call me. And I'm like,
please call.
like, hey, you want my number?
But for real estate purposes only.
Only.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, you get blocked.
So what is your number?
It is the 239 area code, but 825-2870.
2870.
Yes.
Thank you so much again, Trisha, for
Thank you,
bringing me in
Shannon.
here.
I love it. It was good to see you. My gosh,
I know.
it's been forever.
This is such a great excuse for me to catch up with people. It really is. And to have flatbread and Shirley Temples. So thank you everyone for joining us. Please come to the cave and have some small bites and some wine flights. That's probably going to be their new tagline. I just gave that
Small
to them.
bites and wine
Small bites
flights.
and
I
wine
love it.
flights.
Look at
There
you. You're a
go.
poet. You
Come
didn't even
on
know
in.
it.
I know. They better give me like a piece of flatbread for that. I'll invoice them later. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again.